Stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it. The people with the worst past can create the best future. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan, and what they have planned for you is not much. Forgiving people in silence and never speaking to them again is a form of self-care. Don't cling to yesterday. It was beautiful, but it was yesterday. Stop being so available to people who are only there for you when it's convenient for them. There's only one thing more precious than our time, and that's who we spend it on. One day, you'll laugh at how much you let this matter. Never hurt others to heal yourself. Never hurt yourself to heal others. Don't just love yourself, have respect for yourself. If you don't, other people will have no problems walking all over you. The highest reward for one's toil is not what one gets for it, but what one becomes by it. Clocks show time, and time shows people. Healing doesn't mean the damage never existed. It means the damage no longer controls your life. Recognizing that you are not where you want to be is a starting point to begin changing your life. Try to get what you love, otherwise you'll have to love what you got. Your education is never complete. Determined to live fully and continually learn. You must let the pain visit. You must allow it to teach you. You must not allow it to overstay. If you can find paths with no obstacles, it probably leads nowhere. Obstacles aren't roadblocks, they're road signs. Choosing comfort over discomfort does not lead to a comfortable life. Unless you try to do something beyond what you have already mastered, you will never grow. It's your road, and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you. Your value is not determined by someone else's inability to see your worth. Problems are the price you pay for progress. Be patient and tough. Someday, this pain will be useful to you. The trouble is, if you don't spend your life yourself, other people spend it for you. Being deluded and scared will make you suffocate. Being honest with yourself and responsible will make you breathe. Stand up for your obstacles and do something about them. You will find that they haven't half the strength you think they have. No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. Change the person in the mirror and your world will change. You can waste your life drawing lines, or you can live your life crossing them. You can win a lot in life just by being the last one to give up. Just because you hate this chapter doesn't mean you'll hate the book. Be like a tree and let the dead leaves drop. What we fear doing most is usually what we most need to do. One of my biggest life lessons is we heal at the speed of our forgiveness. More important than the ability to pick the right one is the strength to walk away from the wrong one. Shallow men believe in luck. Strong men believe in cause and effect. You cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. Our suffering is caused by holding on to how things might have been, should have been, could have been. Your wound is not your fault, but your healing is your responsibility. Close some doors today, not because of pride, incapacity, or arrogance, but simply because they lead you nowhere. The things that you consider to be yours own you far more than you own them. Much suffering and much unhappiness arise when you take each thought that comes into your head for the truth. We cannot simply sit and stare at our wounds forever. We must stand up and move on to the next action. The journey to your success will always begin with the small step of taking a chance. You'll ruin your life trying to make everyone happy. The good life is not one immune to sadness, but one in which suffering contributes to our development. Sacrifice today for tomorrow's betterment. You are willing to pay those payments with pain, because pain is just a message when you are fixing something that's insufficient in your life. Following a path is easy. Creating a new one can be painful, but it will lead you to new places. What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. The only source of knowledge is experience. A question that sometimes drives me hazy: am I, or are the others, crazy? The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Truth is what stands the test of experience. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. There comes a time when the mind takes a higher plane of knowledge, but can never prove how it got there. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. I think and think for months and years. 99 times, the conclusion is false. The 100th time, I am right. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Human beings must have action, and they will make it if they cannot find it. Creativity is intelligence having fun. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it's comprehensible. All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle, require creative imagination and marks real advance in science. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. I am thankful for all of those who said no to me. It's because of them I'm doing it myself. Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than the one with all the facts. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger and more complex. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. Education is not the learning of facts, it's rather the training of the mind to think. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. The mediocre mind is incapable of understanding the man who refuses to bow blindly to conventional prejudices and chooses instead to express his opinions courageously and honestly. The difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. Concern for man and his fate must always form the chief interest of all technical endeavors. Never forget this in the midst of your diagrams and equations. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. Information is not knowledge. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of. What is right is not always popular, and what is popular